What's up, everybody? This is your man Reza coming at you straight from the studio. I've been thinking about this concept of balance, and it's been something that's been a work in progress in my life over the last year or so. And I say work in progress because balance is something that I've always wanted. It's like this concept that's like, balance in my life, and it's like I really want to have balance and to have a proper time with my friends as I do with my family, or a proper time to put in work and to work on my business while people not feeling neglected. And it's a concept that I think in society we think a lot about, like we have this perfect balance, and that leads to the best life ever, and we'll have flow and clarity and everything would make sense. And I feel like the more that's been compacted into this one concept of balance, what has actually happened is we don't realize that there's multiple areas of our lives where if we focus on finding balance in those broken down areas, that we could actually feel an overall sense of balance. Now, I'm not here making this video to tell you what is the true essence of balance, or even how to gain balance in your life, because even I don't know how to gain balance in life. It's something, like I said, it's a work in progress. But I've broken it down for myself into 3 parts that make sense to me: physical, mental, and spiritual. Physically, I feel like we have this mindset where we put too much emphasis on nutrition or too much emphasis on fitness, and we kind of forget the entirety of the balance of, okay, yes, a workout probably needs to be no more than an hour, but sometimes we spend time in the gym, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then neglect the nutrition. We're not eating right, we're not eating on time, we're not even doing the research to find out what are the nutrients that our body needs according to our goals. And sometimes it's vice versa, that we're so focused on the nutrition, we're eating right, we're doing well, all this stuff, and for some reason we want a 6-pack or we want bigger muscles, but we're not spending enough time in the gym. And I have personally done that very easily because I love the nutrition plan that I'm on, and I love the meal prep that I've been doing. I love the shakes that I've been doing, and the tea, and everything has been so amazing, and it's helped me maintain. But my goals have been to gain muscle and to stay lean. And so staying at one place is one thing, but being able to progress is another. And there needs to be the balance between both the fitness and the nutrition. If I'm eating right, I ought to hit the gym. If I'm hitting the gym, I ought to eat right, And if your goal is just to simply maintain, like, that's fine. You've got balance in that area. Dope. Moving on to the next concept, mental. We go to school, we go to class, we read books, we gain all this knowledge, and we find ourselves not applying that knowledge, not implementing it in our lives, so we can find ourselves in places where we are a know-it-all, or we're smarty pants, or whatever you want to call it, where we just have all this knowledge, we can present it in arguments and in front of people and stuff, but at the end of the day, what are we doing in order to bring that into the world, to maybe start a business, or to start a ministry, or to apply it to the relationships that we have so that we can have healthier relationships? Or we don't spend time going to school or reading books and gaining understanding, and we still act like know-it-alls, and we take all this action and we find out that our action isn't bringing the results that we want because maybe we're just doing so much, but we're not doing it in a more efficient and effective way. So that's for that. The third one is spiritual. Sometimes we're spending so much time with God, reading the Bible, praying, going to church, and we have a great personal relationship with God, and that's amazing. But we forget that in the Bible, we're actually called to be doers of the word. We're called to have faith with action, because faith without action is dead. It says it right out of the scriptures. And sometimes we have this concept, and I've been stuck in this mindset before, where it's the more I do for God, the more that means I have a relationship with Him, which is actually not true, because sometimes we can get stuck so much on, just like the mental, we're doing, and not spending enough time with God. We're involved in ministry, and we're doing Bible studies for ourselves. We're volunteering at church, and we're doing all of this physical labor and applying it in a sense that, oh, this is my relationship with God, when in reality we're not nourishing and spending that one-on-one time that God does also want us to have. So if we can find balance in both sides of everything, for health and fitness, being in the gym, watching nutrition, for mentally, gaining knowledge, applying that knowledge. You've heard the quote, knowledge is power. That's not true. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge with the application of that knowledge, that's power, because that leads to a result. And then lastly, spiritual. If we spend time with God and we apply that action, we're growing in our faith. If we have faith, we have trust in God, then we also know that we have the power to go out and to do that which we've been called to do. That we were purposed for those things. And the only way we will be able to understand our purpose would be if we spend time with God and connect with Him and really get to know who He is. So with that being said, I hope this video helps somehow with finding out ways to find balance in your own life. And it's okay if you have areas when you're not balanced. We're human beings. Don't set yourself up for failure. Don't look for perfection in life, because honestly, I feel like even when we're 60 years old, we should have the mindset that I can still learn, I can still grow, and I'm still progressing. It's all about progress, not perfection. So have an amazing rest of your day. Love you guys. Peace.